So this is what happens in free will debates over and over. And first of all, it's not about free will. Nothing's free. There is no totally unconstrained thing. That's really the wrong word. We're talking about if there's willpower. Is there some actual energy, which is what it would take, that the will somehow controls the switches and can put that will one place rather than another? Does the will have an influence on what you do? Now, the reason most people believe that it does is because that's how they experience it. And the people that tend to say, no, I've concluded it's impossible, do so from this consequentialist kind of determinism, right? And that's a deduction. They figured out how nature ought to be. And if it looks different every day in your head from that, your head must be wrong. Okay? So then I argue that the universe isn't deterministic like we used to think 150 years ago. It follows patterns and rules, but it looks as though there's actual possibilities, that there are moments that one of two things actually could happen, that there's a physical state containing both those possibilities, and that's what the two-slit experiment demonstrates, the physical reality of, that these potentials exist, and either one could become real, and this process of becoming real, that's what we don't get yet. Becoming actual, the potential being actualized. Okay, and then people say, well, that doesn't mean that there's free will. And I'm like, well, willpower is what we're talking about. And I know it doesn't mean that. And I don't think randomness causes free will. I think it shows that the universe isn't determinist, and so your little deduction that, well, I've figured out what the universe must be, and it doesn't matter if I experience something quite the opposite every single day. And at this point, they talk about how we don't need to look into it, or it's probably impossible. It's probably impossible. I mean, you might as well be saying that about if I'm 1,000 years ago going, I'd like to figure out how the stars move. Oh, that's stupid. That'll never be figured out. It's far too complex. At which point I point out that trying to answer the hard problem of subconsciousness, it doesn't matter whether the will's determined or not. When a chess computer plays chess, it just brute force looks through all the possibilities. That's how a human plays chess at brute force. If they don't understand, it lacks understanding. Where is the first person of I am playing chess? That chess computer doesn't go, I'm playing chess. I have opinions about I'm playing chess. It doesn't think in a human sense about the chess at all, no matter how good it gets. It's solving the problem of chess from a totally different angle than how humans approach it. And again, it doesn't matter if there's free will or willpower at this point. We have to face the question of, do we even have this subjective point of view? Do you even have a Cartesian theater? And I think you do. You may not be very conscious of it. The tendency in human animals is to think what they see is the world. They might modify that to the world where I am, but they think they're seeing the world. They don't understand they're collecting data, a little tiny window on the world, and recreating this enveloping world that they think that they're in, and that they have this great command of it. And it maps to reality, one-to-one. I know that's not the case. A material analysis of our brains and bodies as organic machines shows how, of course, they're going to distort information on the way in and out. So there's a technical, physical subjectivity right there. But do you have this hard problem, this bing of consciousness of thinking? You feel a presence in your moment, and you're perceiving that moment. I do. I don't have to demonstrate that to somebody else. And if you don't, that's interesting to me. I wonder what the issue is with you. Exactly. But anyway, this video was just about this cycle, and it's like, well, there's determinism, so there can't be free will. Oh, there isn't determinism. That doesn't mean there's free will. I know. The evidence for free will is our daily experience of it. And is it really free? No, it's limited. We have lots of ideas, there's subconscious, there's all kinds of things. But is there willpower? Do we have an influence in this flow of forces? I mean, a piano falling on you, you can't will that not to happen. You have enough will to maybe get your body to move out of the way. Okay, that's willpower. Experience it every day. Now, what is it? How much of an illusion? People go, well, it's an illusion, as if that's the end. Where does the illusion come from? It doesn't matter just that it's an illusion. The sun rising is an illusion. The earth is actually spinning. You say, well, it's an illusion that it rises. Is it just a dream? I want to know where the illusion comes from. Oh, it comes from the fact that the earth is spinning. Okay, cheers.